What it do? Welcome back to the Week Feel, y'all. Welcome to you. If you're new, hey, welcome to YouTube. This is your girl Lottie here at Tears of Week Tarot Show, where you show enough, never know what you're gonna get, beloved. Feel like it's a long time no see. Like we didn't message yesterday, October 18th. So it just feel like it's been a long time since we've been live, since we brought a message, and we got quite a number of things that we've seen and it's just kind of like going around our head that we've been noodling around and thinking about. One thing that we just saw, hey, love, how are you? Um, is we got the energy of I'm getting people who manipulate and play on people in terms of, desperation, folks who trying to make it, right? I seen on Facebook where this dude got signed to a 360 deal. And I was like, don't we talk enough about 360 deals? Hey, Miss Angie, welcome. Welcome. Thank you so much for tapping in. Where you know how these artists get roped into these 360 deals, so anything that they do, like every arena 360, like full circle, the label or the company that signed the deal, you know what I mean, makes revenue. And this person was signed into a 360 deal with 1% of going back to them. So the people that's funding them get 99%, they get 1%. And they actually said it like 360 deal, 1%, where they would have negative funds at the beginning with maybe you would make something sometime. It was like, okay, so 360 deal, you get a percentage of any and everything that I do, no matter how I'm doing it, what arena, and I get 1% negative funds up front with the hope to make something. And this person was just like, thank God. He was like, yeah, God signed you to a deal today. I was like, wow, that's wicked, like in your face wicked. And this person did not understand nothing, like didn't read over the contract, didn't look at no terms and conditions, literally walked up like, oh, you signing me right now? Signed their name to the dotted line and was like, thank you. I was like, if that's not a play on desperation, I don't know what that is. It was just like, I was flabbergasted, like wow. So that was just something that I just saw. So it just kind of caught me. And I was just really like Google searching to make sure that I understood like what a 360 was. And it was like, yep, that's exactly what you understood it to be. Yep. 360 refers to an all-encompassing contract, right? Revenues can include their music sales, live performances, merchandise sales, endorsements, publishing, and other ancillary income. So any and everything that this person does to earn income, that record label, I'm struggling to call it that, the label would earn 99% of that, and this person get 1%. And you think about groups that had shit like that, like TLC back in the day, where they were like the biggest selling female group, making 8 cents on a dollar. 8. This person getting 1. Okay. They were making 8 and they were broke, because out of that 8 cent they gotta pay everybody else in their camp. You talking about hairstylists and makeup artists and everybody else, they attorney, their accountants, all that stuff. It's like, yeah, they don't get nothing. It's like, wow, how are people still getting roped into these deals? And this person didn't read. I mean, like, just literally walked up there and signed their name. So you never know what you signed into. So be careful about, the details on ish. Wake up, like, be woke when you doing business. So definitely getting that. Thank you to the Most High God for bringing this message onto us first and foremost. Y'all know what it is. It's the Tears of Witro show where you show enough, never know what you're going to get, beloved. It can start slow like that old school Crisco. We made some black eyed peas yesterday, so it might be that simmer, let it go all day, like cool, calm type of energy where something is just brewing. Is definitely being seasoned, right? But that Crisco, the Alpha and Omega come in and turn it up. We get to cooking, you know what I mean? I still feel like it's gonna be a slow burn. We've been checking this out. That was the reading over breakfast. quantum alchemy, the convergence of science, spirit, and enlightenment. Another great find from the world's biggest bookstore, Amazon. Beloved, okay. Less than $10 as well. And we were talking about, or we got brought to a couple of different concepts, like again, thinking about the concept of the human soul, our dualistic nature, if you want to call it that, or just how people, think about it, philosophical concepts of the soul. And of course, we like to think about, how different cultures think about this and just kind of read. And we did get called to the Hindu philosophy, which refers to the true essence of the individual, which has been something given unto us. Like our true essence is the soul, the source of us living, right? And it says, beyond the physical and mental faculties, it is believed to be a fragment of the universal soul. And it was like, aha, that's exactly how Spirit gave it to us. Like we are fractals, we are pieces or pixels of the Most High God itself, the all-encompassing Alpha and Omega. We are creation, everything in between, and us individually are pixels of that, right? And it says universal soul in Hindu is called Brahman. It says through cycles of reincarnation, which is samsara, the Atman strives to achieve moksha or liberation, which means merging back into Brahman, like all becoming one again. Like we have gone through all these cycles of reincarnation, different lives, and we ascend to a point where we merge back into the totality of the Alpha and Omega, like that universal soul, that which made everything. So it's like getting back to the state of oneness, wholeness, completeness, right? And another one we got called to was Taoism or Taoism, right? And it says the Tao that can be told is not the eternal Tao. The name that can be named is not the eternal name. And that was interesting to me. I'll show y'all what I underlined, right? That was interesting to me because it's like we think about the Alpha and Omega, which is why we have been told to say it like that, to recognize it as such, because it is that which cannot be named. It is simply the beginning and the ending, right? And so anytime we can call a name, we know that that is not the eternal, because the all-encompassing, because the all-encompassing cannot be named. Only in individual experiences do we experience a naming convention. But once we are back into the whole, that state of merging back with Brahman or the whole universal soul, we don't experience any name. It is, again, whole is complete. There's nothing broken and there is nothing missing. There's no need for a physical vessel. We are all back into our original state, our essence, like, again, merged back to our true self is what I'm picking up. So we got some other concepts out of there. We were looking at the 369 frequency. Of course, everybody recognizes that as the Tesla frequency, most associated with like Nikolai. So yeah, it was something else in here I needed to pull. And a couple of things that stood out. It was talking about cosmic harmony, right? And that was the 3, cosmic harmony. And then it talked about energy and frequency and vibration. And okay, so the Trinity of nature. Let me get to the page because I don't want to mess it up. I'll be done tore it up because trying to all these concepts that's roaming around in the brain. Right. So y'all can see that. It says the can we say that? No. What would you want to say? The Trinity of nature, which is the 3. Okay, because we couldn't get that out for nothing. The number 3 symbolizes unity in the essential Trinity found in nature, while 6 represents the dynamic balance between opposites. And 9 signifies the culmination of energy and its return to source. And I thought that was kind of coinky because on the other page, it was talking about, our soul merging back into the universal soul, like our little bitty pixel and pieces merging back. Oh, y'all know what it's giving me, like from a visual? Have y'all seen the movie Terminator, like the second Terminator from back in the day, where like at first it was like, Arnold Schwarzenegger came down and, he was chasing after the little dude. But then in part two, everybody was like, whoa, because the Terminator was like completely different. It was old dude was like this nitrogen silvery type of body. And even though they had like froze it at one point and then they shot it and then all the pieces like shattered, right? Like these different segments. But then like all when it melted, everything started attracting back together and it became like this whole entity again. It's kind of giving me like that concept in my head. So like if we are all individual pieces of the same universal body, the same soul, what happens when we realize that we are merged together as one, like a one consciousness, or just all the pieces merged back together again, beloved? That's what we get. So I thought that that was pretty interesting. And it was writing out some of these messages. So I was getting six, like the balancing, like a mirroring effect, or just opposites that attract, how we are always interacting and mating with one another, right? Like how you can't create another body or energy or multiplication without two that come together to create the three. And that's what I was getting on the Trinity of nature. And then the nine, going back into the Grand Supreme. So that was pretty cool. Another concept we thought about was the Fibonacci sequence. It's a way of estimating, right? The size of something or whatever. And it talks about taking the two numbers that preceded and estimating like the next number. So if you go from 0 to 1, how does 0 to 1 move to 2? Because there's quantities or accounts in between the 0 and the 1. It's not just 0. It's like 0 point this, point that, point that, point that, all the way up to 0.99. And if you take the 1 plus the 0.99, you essentially get the number 2. So it was making me think about mathematics and sacred geometry and how all of these things are a little bit off, right, in terms of how we're actually taught about it. Is there something in it that is designed for us not to really see, like the hidden values in things? And so, yeah, the hidden values in things. Because it's giving me that contract that old dude signed. Like he didn't pay attention to what the value was or the hidden trickery that is like this 360 deal, and he was going to start off with negative funds and he's only getting 1% off of everything that he creates, right? Like he didn't pay attention to what was hidden. And we often think that 0 is 0, but it's not. It's a adding up to the 1, right? All the little pieces that move from 0 to 1. And I'm thinking, like everything is slightly off and is designed to be off, like to keep something, I don't know, almost like you're not getting your full value, like your full worth or something like that is what I'm getting. So all of that to say, interesting concepts on this day. A lot to think about, like very interesting. Another thing that I got was that, people rushing or just doing odd stuff. Like it was very foggy and we went for a drive this morning and people were kind of like stopping in the middle of the road for no reason or going very slow, and as soon as I get around them then they were going slow. So it was either like the universe telling us to slow down and pull back, and something happening that's unexpected, like an unexpected stop or unexpected blockage. I'm even hearing accidents. So for somebody, pay attention as you're driving, as you are, moving about your day. Something unexpected may happen and the spirit may be attempting to slow you down so that you could kind of see it and have the opportunity to react before it happens, right? And it's giving me that contract again. Like, dude needed to really slow down and understand what was happening. What was he signing? It was like almost rushing in that sense of desperation to get something or get to somewhere that he got roped into something that just really wasn't beneficial for him at all. It was like a tragedy waiting to happen, like an accident. Like, oh shit, now I'm beholden to something that's only gonna pay me back 1%, and I'm starting off in a negative. Yeah, so just be careful. Yeah. Again, thank you to the Most High God for bringing these messages. I know it's a bunch of ingredients, y'all. It really is. It's gonna be a slow burn. We see coexist here. Be as you are without harm to anyone or anything. Appreciate diversity as a part of nature. Variety is the spice of life. I am immediately getting so many things that what we kind of talked about, like being without harm to anyone. Whoever wrote that person into that deal was definitely doing harm, and they knew it. It was malicious, it was wicked, right? And we talked about diversity and the variety of creation itself, like pixels and pieces of the whole, and how the Most High God expresses itself as everything, right, in creation. But we are yet one. We are everything, yet we are the same thing all at the same time. We are coexisting. We are coming together. We are connecting. We are expanding, right? We are growing. We are evolving. And there's a lot of entities and energies that know that, and they seek to benefit off of those who are unaware, beloved. Embrace your sensitivity. It's here. Embrace your sensitivity. Appreciating beauty requires sensitivity, a vulnerable feeling. Yet the world needs more sensitivity. It does, not less. Embrace it. Do not deny your emotional need. And I'm getting the number 21, which happens to break down to the number 3. Right? And I'm getting that Trinity, the Trinity of nature. Like, it is our nature to come together, to connect. It is our, to come together, to connect, to expand, to add, to grow. Because when 2 comes together, it expands, it makes 3. Use discernment. Definitely use your discernment, right? 2 and 3 breaking down into 5 challenges and change, right? And there's no need to believe something that does not resonate for you. So if it don't resonate, it don't resonate. Leave it right there on the plate, right? But personal truths can change your perspective. Your perspective can shift and expand. And that's what we were just saying. Consciousness expands. We come together for the sake of change. 2, 1 and 1 coming together, 2, those 2 come together and make 3, right? It's an expansion. And we naturally discern, we naturally can feel what we resonate with. When you embrace this sensitivity, you will know what's good for you and what's not good for you. Yeah. So it's like, if old boy had took the time to really settle down, because see, his system was so heightened from a place of desperation, a place of lack, a place of scarcity, a place of wanting, a place of longing for something, right? He was very hyped up on that, definitely not in balance, not in tune. His frequency and resonance was so high and off the chart. It's like even dreamy about the future is what I'm getting, very cloudy or hopeful that another energy could come in and quickly deceive him with this contract because he wasn't tapped in. He wasn't balanced. He didn't take the time. He didn't slow down to even feel his own sensitivity, to get the resonance, to put it into his heart and filter it. I'm getting the heart being like beating very fast. Everything is like amped up. It's all like right now, and getting that feeling of rush. So it definitely goes to that feeling of slowing down, right? So that you could use your discernment. You can get, feel your sensitivity and get the wisdom from that. Is this something that I'm supposed to connect with? So use your discernment, slow down, Anything that's rushing you like that, I would automatically think like, pull back from that. Like, don't rush me to make a decision. Let me use my, intellectual, my logical processes. Let me see how does it align to my frequency, my vibration. Let me just sleep on that. Let me pause on that so I can see whether or not it's good for me. See, practice patience. Practice patience. Practice patience. Anything that's for you is going to come in. And look, that's that 2 and 7 and breaks down to 9. Like, things are going to come together for your highest good. Thank you to the Most High God for coming through. It says conditions outside of us sometimes determine the best time to move forward. Wait and work on something else until those conditions change. See, right? This person, if they had really took the time, they would have noticed that this 360 deal for them was not good. Everything and anything that you do, somebody else is going to make money off of you, and you getting 1% out of everything that you produce. Everything, you're only getting 1%, and they taking a 99%, and you starting off from a negative with the hope to make something. And this person clearly said it. He expressed it, and then the old boy signed it. Being in a rush, not using discernment, not embracing that sensitivity, not practicing patience, and signed into something that's going to be very, very detrimental. It was wicked. I was just like, wow. And then to read the comments on the post where people was like, congratulations, you go. Really? Did y'all pay attention to what this person really said? Are you hearing? Are you listening? Nope. See, we see practice acceptance is here. That's down here. And we see sharing your light. So somebody practicing patience, sharing your light, you definitely have something to give. Definitely something to share, right? Share your trials as well as your triumphs. So that'll be good for this person because hopefully, there's a way for them to get out of that contract and they can share their testimony and their experience so that others don't get caught up in the same shit, right? Your stories benefit you in telling and others in hearing, spreading the light of transformation, and then practicing acceptance. That's the number 3 again, 1 and 2. Like that holy trinity, the trinity of nature. I'm getting learning, right? Consciously learning, being consciously aware, and taking those lessons and kind of expanding upon them and going forward for the next cycle, right? The heart wants to give and do it all, but everyone has limitations. Accept help when needed. Not everything is being asked of you. And that person definitely needed help. They needed somebody with them to kind of, balance out their mindset, to calm their frequency. So I'm getting somebody needing to raise their hand and ask for help with something, especially if you're going to be signing any type of contracts or just, accepting help in general. A lot of us have a thing with like either asking for help, accepting help, you know what I mean? Like, I'm getting for somebody like without strings, like help always comes with strings. Like if you ask for help and either are they going to give it to you, and if they give it to you, what are they going to want from you is what I'm getting. Yeah, that I'm just thinking like that person definitely needed some help. They needed somebody to calm them down. They needed somebody to tell them what it meant, what they were signing themselves over to. Remember your purpose is here. So somebody is definitely they could potentially go through something like this guy we're talking about. But once they realize, like, okay, it's okay for me to ask for help, and I talk about my experiences, ask for help going forward, there's definitely purpose in this. And I'm getting the eternal, right? 44. I'm getting the eternal. I'm getting protection. You came to earth to learn how to love yourself in all that is, to achieve self mastery, to explore conscious co creation. And we saw the coexist card, and we've been kind of talking about co creation, throughout all of these principles. And it says, Heaven resides in your heart. Heaven resides in your heart, which goes back to embracing your sensitivity, right? If your resonance is off, or you don't vibe with a person, your frequency is off, then that's a dispelling, like to reject or repel that. But if it's something that it feels consistent, like it's on the same wavelength I'm getting, that same frequency, then your heart, you can allow it in. And that's how we use our discernment. And we can get there if we practice patience. Slow down so that you can feel it, right? And you will know who you're supposed to share your light with. These people will be attracted to you. Your light will bring them in. But your light will also bring in others that are not good for you. So just remember to slow down, right? And I'm getting help is coming in for somebody, or somebody may need to ask for help. And it could be in relation to your purpose. I'm not for sure. Something that you're going to do. Loving all is here. Number 43. Your compassion is incomplete until it includes yourself. So always be compassionate with you, right? We're going to go through, we're going to have, situations and experiences that are designed to help us grow. Releasing judgment, self-punishment, self-loathing, and self-sabotage, right? And so we could really sometimes get down on ourselves. We could talk about it in a very low vibrational way where it's like against self, like I should have knew, or I should have, this should have, and this, that. And all of those things are not necessarily conducive to your own growth and expansion. If you take the mindset like everything is for growth and how do I move forward for the highest good, you can accept, the learning. You can accept the lesson. You can accept, the tenets, or how did it help your heart, like how does it feel, the feeling, the emotion of it, so that you can increase your sensitivity to the things that are good for you and what are not good for you, and use that going forward, remembering to slow down and practice patience before you get into something. And that's how we can love all situations. Release what doesn't serve you. Release that which is no longer good. Oh, I got this yesterday too. It was like, shit is a fertilizer. And that's something so freaking okay, yeah, shit is a fertilizer, like manure, yeah. But it's like the shit that happens in our life, it's a fertilizer. Like it nourishes you. It does. Like, so from that standpoint, you can see the good in it. Like, yeah, I got hit with some shitty shit, but what did it do to grow me, beloved? How did it make me more sensitive? How did it increase my discernment? How did it show me how to slow down and practice patience, right? And from that standpoint, I can have love for it, right? I can appreciate it. I can have gratitude because of it. I can share my light, my testimonies, and my stories. And I mean, it may even be a part of my purpose, right? That shit is helping me grow. It's fertilizing me. It's increasing me. It's giving me strength, right? And yeah, there's purpose in it. Anything else in here? Yes, this one. This. Yeah, know you are safe. You are safe. You are always safe. And I'm going back to some of the things we got called to. We see moving quickly. See, something or somebody may be moving too quickly. And I'm definitely getting that. Practice patience. Moving quickly, practice patience, right? Some opportunities may require a quick response, right? And if it does, have you tuned your sensitivity? Have you tuned your discernment, like those skills to be able to answer quickly, right? It's all about practicing. Once you become so dialed in, right? I'm getting like tuning the channel on a radio like back in the day where you had to get the right where it's supposed to be so things come in clearly without all the static and that outside white noise that's kind of disturbing your frequency, that resonance like that. Yeah, I just feel static. Like it's very, very static. I'm getting anxiety. I'm getting rushing feeling. I'm getting it does. It feels very elevated emotion, yeah, an elevated emotional state, anxiety. Yeah, all the things that come with, the feeling and the sentiment of lack of the need, the longing, like even if it's for money or whatever, or something tangible, physicality. Yes. Yes, it's like the beating, like I'm on. Yeah. I just feel like the tempo, the pace. Yes, thank you, Spirit. The tempo, the pace. Like it's so fast. Where if you haven't practiced patience enough and being sensitive and dialed into your own frequency, your own resonance of your own body, your discernment could definitely be off. And when you have to make a quick decision, beloved, you could end up choosing something that will create some sort of calamity, accident, a learning experience for sure. Definitely a learning experience. But when you get to the point where you're really tuned in and you're dialed in, you're very sensitive to that, right? Then you can move quickly because you'll know whether or not you could feel it almost instantly, instinctually, whether or not it's something that resonates with you, beloved. Anything else? Yeah, you can break free. Breaking free. We see it's time to break free from your guilt over past actions and your judgments of self or others. Discard what no longer works for you. Discard what no longer works. And we were kind of getting that with that love all card, right? Releasing self judgment, self punishment, self loathing, and self sabotage. The reflection of your love begins with you. How are you loving on you? We see intuition and overcoming obstacles. Like, how can your intuition help you overcome your obstacles or obstacles that will come to you? And I'm getting, again, being tuned in to you, embracing your own sensitivity. Yeah. Boop. Embrace your own sensitivity. Definitely feeling the roots of this tree, like the roots that go deep. I'm also feeling something different too. Like we are all rooted in together. We are connected. And it's like how can we ever be disconnected, right? We are always safe, right? Knowing that we are safe because we are rooted and we are grounded. We are connected to the Most High God. I'm hearing Brahman itself, like the Alpha and Omega, that which created all things. We are creation and we are whole and we are complete. We have the different aspects of our nature polarity, right? The negative and the positive charge, that type of energies. But we need them to attract, to mate, to coexist, to create, to change, beloved. Definitely feel change. Transformation. And look, what's here? Patience. We see patience. Right, and we did speak to gratitude, right? We talked about gratitude. Like after you kind of tuned your frequency, you have a gratitude for the things that taught you how to tune in, how to dial in, how to be very consciously aware of your own essence, your own sensitivity. Somebody could be a dreamer, Or maybe you are just going towards your dreams, right? Wishes fulfilled, dreams fulfilled. Like, oh boy, that was on that video, you know, wanting his dreams fulfilled, wanting those goals, accomplishments, you know, and all that stuff. And he was in so, like, snap decisions, moving too quickly. He was so hell bent on making it happen that he moved too quickly and signed a 360 deal that was just completely fucked. Like 1% starting off with negative funds, like you will get paid nothing and they earn 99% of any and everything that this person does with the hope that he will make something. That's crazy. That's moving from a state of desperation where he definitely didn't think. But he will survive it and come out on the other side with a testimony. You know, he will survive it. Freedom, right? Breaking free, freedom, right? And then here comes the balancing, right? Justice or balancing, you know, that 6. I'm getting opposite resonance, things that help us balance, right? And I'm also picking up again that alpha and omega energy, you know, beginning to end to begin again. And we do this dance as we continue to cycle and ascend, like rising up. See, failure, right? The things that we would count against us, you know, cause us to have self judgment, self loathing, and all of these things, right? It's all about perspective, you know. Why judge self when we aren't called to judge anything, right? To see it as a lesson for learning and then being able to have gratitude for it. Can I say, oh wow, that was heavy? You know what I mean? I could see what happened. I definitely learned a lesson, releasing the things that don't serve me, like self-judgment, self-loathing, because they don't lift me to my highest good. If anything, they weigh me down. They weigh down my heart, right? They give me a sense of shame. It makes me fearful of trying again, and I can't trust myself to put myself back out there and keep going. But if I could say, no, I learned. I learned. I learned how to practice patience. I learned how to be sensitive to myself, and I learned how to use discernment. I can love all of that lesson and keep moving forward. The shit is just shit, but the shit is still fertilizer, beloved. So even that works towards the good. It's all about your perspective. Forgiveness. Forgive you. Forgive self. Forgive others too. You know, and it doesn't mean that you have to be around other people, the people that hurt you, but you release unforgiveness because that's a very heavy emotion. It weighs down your heart, beloved. It will help you clear your own energy so that you can be back into the flow of things. So somebody may need to take this first step. And the first step could be asking for help. That's what I'm getting. Somebody may need to ask for help and know that help will be on the way if you choose to accept it. And we did see practice acceptance down here. Anything else? Yes, this one. All right, y'all. What we gonna learn today? Feel like a slow burn, slow cooker kind of day. Consciousness, that's what we're talking about, expanding it. Soul time, beloved, we just talked about the quantum alchemy, the convergence of science, spirit, and enlightenment. Talking about our soul. Ooh, look at that, discernment. And that's already down there. You know, we said that practice and use discernment, right? We see the energy of dynamic. I'm getting 23, change, beloved, yes. Look, alchemy. We just read that. Quantum alchemy. That's exactly what we read from. Boom! Quantum alchemy. Spirit says the frequency of alchemy activates our magical ability and remembrance, remembering your purpose, that's down there. Remembering the magic that we all hold inside. We all have magic inside. We do. Each one of us has the potential to access the ancient knowledge that allowed the true alchemists to perform the miracles of transmutation. Miracles of transmutation. Solar plexus, look at that. Transmuting that energy, negativity, things that happened in the past, beloved, releasing what doesn't serve, and using that energy, that learning to ascend, to raise yourself up. You can change it. You can change it. You can I'm getting knowledge. They're telling me to say knowledge. And I'm getting the fact because that we are whole and we are complete. We are, I'm getting everything, right? The infinite intelligence lives within. And when people talk about the awakening and, pineal gland activation, third eye activation, fourth eye activation, your pituitary gland, right? Those two working together, they mate, they come together. Hormones, cause a chemical reaction and it awakens your fourth eye. And you are able to kind of really get dialed in, pulling up all of that eternal infinite knowledge that's coded within you, and you can use it. I'm getting here, like you can hear secrets revealed. You will have the visions, you will see things, you will just know things. Your heart will resonate, you'll be able to feel it, like your gut instinct. All of these working together, beloved, it helps you move quickly. You'll be able to then make those snap decisions. That's what I'm getting. But it takes practice and it takes time, right, to really dial into it. I'm hearing that somebody needs to ground, right? It could be through like frequency type of music. So somebody may be called to listen. I'm seeing alpha waves. I'm seeing beta waves. I'm seeing the word phi, PHI as well. Look, cosmic flower. Right. And I'm seeing sacred geometry. The frequency of cosmic flower activates our remembrance of the place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence out into the world. Definitely your magnificence in everything that's built in. Remembering your purpose and what are you supposed to do, beloved. I'm also thinking about the place we call home, like our wholeness, our completeness. Look, and it keeps stopping. We literally just started this, and look what song is on. Look, 963 frequency, positive vibes, right? So that's definitely very interesting. Because we just said that somebody may need to listen to some sort of frequency, and we definitely have been talking about the 369 Tesla frequency, right? The God frequency, 963 frequency. Look, crown chakra, as we said that, right? The God frequency. The frequency of the crown chakra, the violet flower of life, supports our spiritual connection to the universe and our ability to transmute negative energy into light, right? Negative energy into light. Why? Because shit is fertilizer. It's fertilizer for your light. You can transmute it. Solar plexus chakra, right? You can take that. You're an alchemist. You can change its composition. You could take that shit and have it enhance your light, beloved. You could use it as fuel so that you could lift yourself up. And as you do that, you lift yourself up, you will share your light with others that resonate with you. You will give those testimonies of your own specific personal test, which you experience individually. And that spreads out into the collective and helps the whole we. Yes, crown chakra. Transmuting negativity into light. Negative experiences into light. I mean, you've been hearing light data, light languages, speaking to other lights that need to hear it, beloved. Remembrance. Remembering the place that we call home. Remembering how we pour out our magnificence into the world. Remembrance supports our memory of everything we've gone through as a soul in a body. And we kind of been talking about that. Our soul, the source of us living, that peace. We are pieces of the Most High God, of the universal soul itself. And we are in a vessel. We are in a body, right? You are carrying your soul. Your soul is riding around in this vehicle, right? And from that standpoint, do we remember how to tune in and listen to the realness, the universe, the Most High God within, that it is within you, that the word, the intelligence of everything is already built within. How do we unlock it? How do we tap into it? How do we go down into self and get the key to unlocking you, your heart, beloved, the filter of everything? You have three main chakras here, your crown chakra, your third eye, and your throat chakra. From the below, you have your root chakra, your sacral chakra, your solar plexus chakra. What's in the middle is your heart. This heart chakra, oftentimes covered up, or you're not in touch with it because of all of the other disturbance and interference. Yes, interference. Like when, again, those old school radios back in the day where you had to tune that dial so that you could hear clearly, you could feel. It was very sensitive. For sometimes, like, I mean, the antennas, you had to put some aluminum foil over it so it could pick up the signal. You think about this from these very physical concepts, but it's also very spiritual. You as being like a radio, right? This vessel, this vehicle, you have to tune, you have to be able to pick up the signals and dial in like on that, and so that you can be able to hear your messages. The Most High God speaks to you. Your highest self speaks to you. But if you are not tuned in, beloved, and you are filled with all of this interference and everything that you see as these distractions, beloved, it can have you, look, you move too fast and you are not patient, you are not sensitive, you will do something that will cause a situation. But that situation calls you to tune in, beloved, so that you can be pristine. You could pop like this, like you could feel it, that resonance, like that, or yeah, lean forward. But it's like getting in shape. It's almost like exercising, like being an athlete with it. But it's not about how much exertion you put out and just running forward. And this is to sit. Is when I'm getting calm and touch base with self. Remember, embrace your sensitivity. We are, this vessel, this vehicle is filled with nerve endings. Like, how many nerves do you have? And people that say all the time, they done got on my last mother nerve, right? Patience wore thin. I'm talking about paper thin, like it's translucent, like that patience so thin you could see through it is what I'm getting for somebody. And I've been there, look, both hands up to the Most High. Okay, you talk about that patience so thin, it'd be like, look. But what is it teaching you though? How do I reconnect? How do I ground myself so that, I can really embrace that sensitivity and use it for the highest good? Yeah, know that for a fact, okay? Look, self onto self first and foremost, beloved. We seek to overflow, okay? I'm just saying that hopefully it reaches out to you, and you be filled too to bear this yoke that's on your shoulders. People have things to do. They are trying to accomplish their dreams and their goals, making these moves, but sometimes the environment, this interference and this white noise that has us off in our connection, like we need to tune in to really be, dialed in and we can hear clearly, right? And the way that we do that is to practice patience week. It is to fall back and connect. Like in a world where we run so fast and so hard, everything is like this. I'm seeing so much movement, snapping pictures and just everything. And I'm not just talking about selfies, snapping pictures. I'm seeing frames of time, right? One of the gifts that we've had ever since we were a child, the first one is that we could see like a film, like a strip of film, and it's almost like, a movie reel where you can see blocks at time. We can see blocks at time. And in this time, the reel is moving so fast. It's almost like flipping pictures. Like where back in the day, you would draw in the corners of a piece of paper, right? And you could make it different with each drawing, and then you flip it real fast, and then you can see it move. You can see the movement, like how fast the pictures move in this day. And it's having us move so quickly that we make decisions based off I'm hearing poor connectivity. Like we are not truly connected, not to self, not remembering our connection to the Most High, allowing your spirit to really like blossom and feel you all the way up, where you have pretty much surrendered onto it. And when you are able to surrender to your spirit and take instruction, to hear the instruction and to be obedient to it, and do that in a disciplined way, practicing that patience, beloved, you will be able to make quick decisions. But if we're in a world that's so disconnected from self, disconnected from our heart, from our own sensitivity, for what the spirit is trying to say to us, ears blocked, beloved, everything sounds muffled and you can't really hear. When you make those snap decisions, learning lessons is coming in. Getting some energy. Energy. Can't make it up. Practice patience. Spirit said, practice patience. Crack right on it. Patience. Look, judgment. Fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel. Being able to have patience to make judgments, decisions, right, before you blow the horn on that thing. And I'm getting throat chakra, like how we speak it out. What do we say? I'm seeing 3 and the 9, which are 2 numbers of the frequency we've been talking about. 3, 6, 9, so beginning and the ending, right, is what I'm getting. Yeah, angel of strength. I'm getting strength. I'm getting courage. I'm getting perseverance. Solar plexus talks to that strength, right? It supports our personal power and our willpower, as well as our knowing of who we are and what our contribution is to the whole, to everything. Standing in your strength, your willpower, your determination, your knowing of who you are, being so connected, so self-assured, beloved, right? Look, and we talking about that door to the spirit, second chakra, Archangel Ariel, door to the spirit. And we always say, and again, we ain't gonna look, there's the 3 and the 6. We just saw the 3 and the 9. There's the 3 and the 6, 3, 6, 9, beloved, right? 3, 6, 9, I'm sorry, no, that's what we heard. Anywho, door to the spirit. That's what we always get from the second chakra, sacral chakra energy, is the door to the spirit, the door to the kingdom, right? When you touch in with your gut, your soul, the source of you living, entering therein, that place of creativity, limitless possibility, the place of sensuality, not sexuality, but sensuality, your senses, being sensitive to you, to it, your true you, your highest self, right? What comes out of that space? What comes from the kingdom space? Everything, every goal, every dream, every desire, your heart's desire. But are you able to really know what your heart's desire is if there's so much interference, right? What you want may not be really what you want, right? I'm just saying, because sometimes we be wanting something until we get it, and then you realize that ain't what you want at all, beloved. Balance. We've been talking about balance, right? That number 6. 4 and 8 is 12, and 12 breaks down to 3. That's that frequency. Coming to balance. The trinity of nature, right? The balancing of opposites. Strategy, right? Again, another 3. Strategy. The Most High God used this strategy. We are on a journey for learning, of discovery, and we do it individually, right? Individual pieces of consciousness, pixels and pieces. And all of that learning goes back to the whole, beloved. Know that you are safe always and you are always protected. Like having a sense of security. When you know that you are secure and you are safe, it keeps you from making quick decisions out of desperation, beloved. Coming from a place of lack, of scarcity, right? Having you move too fast, that's calling in lessons onto self. But the strategy is for learning. It's to teach us to reconnect, to slow down, to go into self, to listen onto your highest self, to surrender onto its instruction. It may say, no, don't do that. We ain't feeling that. Y'all know how we say it. Nah, I ain't feeling that. If you ain't feeling it, don't do it, right? Because somebody knows. Like, you feel it in your soul and your gut say no, it's a holy hell no. Which one? This one? We getting some fallback energy. I think these might not be the fallback cards. I think the fallback is over here somewhere. We see lemonade though. Make the best of this situation. So somebody could have made a quick decision, you know what I mean? Like, oh boy, we was talking about getting roped into a fucked up ass 360 deal where he getting 1% off of any and everything that he produced, beloved. Like, what, everything? That's lemon right there for real. Again, shit is fertilizer. So you can make lemonade out of lemons, or you can be a true alchemist. Take those lemons and make orange juice and make people figure out how in the hell did you do it. Something for somebody is a few weeks from now. So I don't know if you were actually trying to bring about something, some sort of goal, some sort of dream. I'm getting another step forward, something that's going to come in to help you move in that direction. I'm getting a few weeks from now. For somebody, definitely a shift is coming. A shift. A time to move on, time to move forward. Yeah. You tap into your powers of an alchemist, you definitely can. Trust God, beloved. Trust the Most High. If the Most High God can do anything and you remember it, why the hell could you not? If I can take shit and turn it into fertilizer. Just saying. Unexpected blessing. Do your part. Do your part. I keep hearing somebody having to press restart. A leader. Somebody is destined to be a leader, self-made, boss energy, self-made, boss, powerful, delegate. Think outside the box. Right? So, yeah, you are on the right path. Even if you feel like you're not. Even if you feel like, you know what, I've been through some shit. I made some decisions that didn't work out so well, beloved. Now you have this energy of like, you know, things like taking on all of this onto self that's weighing your heart down. Spirit is saying, purge it, let that go. Shit is fertilizer, beloved. It will grow you. You can grow. This, and then that's it. Thank you guys so much for tapping in. I appreciate each and every one of you. Look, see, take charge and take action. But it's something about trusting self, trusting your God self, your highest self, the source of you living, right? Look, ooh, romance and connection. And Spirit actually put that in reverse, right? So for somebody, we did see journey, this person going forward by themselves. I did see a couple of cards with somebody, a lot by yourself. So somebody could either be in their singleness, or they may be coming out of a relationship, or you definitely could just be single, beloved, for somebody. Because I also saw the card of somebody walking along the beach, and it was one set of footprints. So I'm getting that. Definitely single. Yeah, surrender. And we talked about surrendering onto your highest self and getting grounded, work, right? Earthing and grounding to really be connected to you, to your highest self, the source of living, to the spirit. And for somebody, I'm getting breath work, right? You may need to practice various techniques of breath work to calm down your system, to balance out your polarity, your negative and positive energy. And I'm getting the technique of breath work of breathing up your negative side and out through the positive side, up the positive side and out the negative side. Takes practice to learn how to do that, but again, practice with patience, beloved. So balance out your energy through grounding, right? Everything is going to happen in divine timing, and I see expect a miracle. Again, somebody is going to get something. A new opportunity is coming in, an unexpected gift, an unexpected, some unexpected favor on your life. And I think the spirit wants you to ground and really connect and embrace your sensitivity, tune your channel, your resonance, your frequency, your vibration, so that you know when it's vibrating with you, and in that way you can jump on and be like, that's the gift, that's the favor. Nope, that's the trick, that's the bullshit, that's the gift right there. And you can really make that snap decision to recognize it, to see it. You can think quickly. See, something is going to come in that's going to be a holy hell no. That's the trick. That's the bullshit. People that would try to convince you that this is this or that is that, or I'm this or I'm that. Spirit said, no. No, that's the trick. That's the bullshit. But when you are tuned in, you could recognize it. You could feel it. Yeah, resonance, like, yeah, no, I ain't feeling it. This right here, oh yeah, that's it. Boom, go with it. You can trust it. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, see, you can expect that miracle. And a miracle is coming in. Anything else? Thank you to the Most High God. Thank you to each and every one of you. Thank you to each and every one of you who have come in, who have stayed. Those who resonate with the message, we on the same wave. I appreciate that, beloved. Yes, ask and you shall receive. Ask and you shall receive. Somebody is praying for something. And look, take charge and take action. It's here again. I'm seeing this leader energy, right? Self-made, powerful. Like, and I'm getting independency. Trust the universe. Trust the word that's built within. Trust that you are connected to the all-knowing, the all-powerful, that you are a pixel, a piece of it. That pixel, that piece is you, is your true you. It is within. It is in the kingdom, right? Like, your door to the spirit, when you enter into it, you connect to it, spending that soul time, beloved. Yes, you definitely will feel it. And out of that place comes everything. Are you surrendered onto it? The balance. Yeah, signs and reminders. Somebody is going to get some signs. I'm getting pay attention to the signs. Like, and in order for you to pay attention to the signs, I'm getting slow down. Slow down. I'm going to show y'all this picture that we took. This person, it's like, this is today. This has been the message today. Slow down. Look at this shit. This person ain't even pulled into the parking lot. They was running so fast. They just pulled up and jumped the hell out. I'm like, now you got your whole ass out. Like, and if somebody else is running just as quick as you, they will fuck around and run into you because you didn't take the time to pull in, to finish the process running so quick. I was like, wow. And then everything else just started to happen, and we was noticing all of these signs and synchronicities, these reminders, even onto self, to slow down, to pay attention, to tune our frequency, our resonance, and just kind of remember, beloved, right? I'm getting remembrance. The frequency of remembrance supports our memory of everything we've gone through as a soul and a body, What is everything that you've gone through as you sit here being you in your state, your phase, where you're at right now in this moment, the present, the gift? You remember all of it. You will remember this. You present. Nothing has conquered you. You are a victor. You have proven to yourself that you can get through. The emotions that you feel, break them down and decipher it. Pay attention. Look at it from an objective standpoint. Does it serve me? Self-loathing and shame and self-judgment doesn't serve you. No. Only thing it does is hurt you. It bogs down your heart and it makes it very difficult for you to filter anything through. Downloads, crown chakra, visions, the words that you speak, your throat chakra, filter through your heartbeat. If it's blocked with all of those heavy emotions, then you can't filter and figure things out. What is the good for you, beloved? If your root chakra, the security, the knowing that you are safe, your sacral, the kingdom space, where when you enter therein, you know that there's infinite possibilities. Anything and everything can be. In my soul, the source of us living, only desires the highest for me. Man, you could pull that energy up and transmute. You are lit up. You got your fuel, but it goes to your heart and it's blocked. What can you do? The heart chakra is central to you. So I'm getting this. Forgiveness. Forgiveness releases bitterness. It releases judgment. It releases loathing. It releases shame. It releases all of that that's blocking you from being able to filter, to screen things so that you can be sensitive to you, sensitive to the world around you. It's like the inability to conduct, like if your nerve endings no longer work, how could you feel? How could you be sensitive to touch, right? If somebody done got on your last nerve and all of the other trillions don't work and you down to that last one, what happens when you don't feel shit? When you are out of patience? When we running too fast and we can't feel connectivity? I'm definitely feeling soothing. I'm getting the energy of count it all to joy, that it is a joy to just be able to feel, to sense it. Slow down, reconnect. I'm getting earthing and grounding. And it's not lost on me that all this green heart chakra energy. I see yellow and I see orange, sacral and solar plexus, right? And I see like just the mesh of all the colors of the chakra coming together on their vessel, on their vehicle. I see this energetic flow of the source coming through, flowing in. And even with their pulling up from the ground and up, beloved, lighting up in this central space. So as you get your downloads, it's going to hit. As your uploads come, they're going to hit. But your heart is needing to be open and clear so that you can filter it. Embrace your sensitivity. So when this opportunity, this gift comes, the test before it, you will know. That's the no. That's the no. Absolutely not. Because just like, oh, dude, where he's so hungry for that dream to come true. What happened? 360 deal with 1%, that the label is getting 99%. He's starting off negative with the hope to make something. That was the no. That's the test before the grace, before the gift is coming. Can you discern it? If he had been sensitive enough, no, I'm going to hold on to that. No. Because the real is coming. I just got to trust it. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. I do. For those who are stuck in, you know how it is. It'd be a whole bunch of ingredients. We never know how the Most High God, the Alpha and Omega, gonna bring it together. But hopefully they brought a meal like them black-eyed peas we made. Beloved, something good and edifying and satisfying unto your soul over some cornbread with a little hot sauce. That's what we did, and we gonna warm it up for dinner again. We talking about the abundance of yesterday, making a way for today. Love it. Yes. If you guys enjoy the vibe, please subscribe. You know, this is just what we do. We chop it up, bring something hopefully edifying onto you so that you can be filled in the spirit to bear that yoke that's on your shoulders, beloved, and hopefully you overflow. And as we overflow, we meet in the middle with unity and harmony, with clarity and truth for the sake of wisdom and peace, beloved, because we are whole. We are. There's nothing broken and there's nothing missing. We are the only begotten creation. All of us, pixels and pieces. We are the body. The Alpha and the Omega made all of us. So tap in. Let them guide you to your highest. To the next now. Love you so much. This was done. Ashe.